Hey everyone, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about why you're throwing away your money by paying interest on debt and what you could be doing with it instead. Make sure you check out the last video I did, which is the top 5 reasons that people often go into debt and how quickly that debt can pile up. In that video, I gave 5 common examples of why people go into debt and the costs associated with those debts. I'm carrying those examples into this video so we can really break down the numbers to see how much money you could be wasting in interest payments and how much more that could turn into if you do something different with it. As in the last video, I said that none of the examples factor in taxes or possible penalties of late payments on credit cards or debts, or any upgrades that you might purchase with any of these, like extended warranty plans or anything like that. So in those examples that we're going to be breaking down today, the principal amount that you would actually be paying on the debt might in fact be higher than the examples that we're going through. So just keep that in mind when we get to the end, that the interest you might be paying would actually be higher. Also, we're going to keep these examples based on a 16% credit card interest rate for anything going on a credit card, and we're only going to be considering that the minimum payment will be made on each of these examples. The reason for that is because if you're going into debt to pay for something, it possibly means that you can't actually afford it anyway. And so if it won't fit into your monthly budget now, you're likely only going to be able to pay the minimum payment on it to even have a chance at fitting it into your budget later. In the first example, I talked about buying a TV on a credit card. That TV was $699. If you only pay the minimum payment on this purchase, it's going to take you 54 months to pay off. And it's going to cost you $246 in interest. So you'll be paying a total of almost $950 for a $700 TV. In the second example, I talked about a plane flight for a vacation. The flight was based on 2 people flying round trip from Denver to New York. The cost of that flight was almost $475 total. Again, let's assume you put it on the credit card, you make minimum payments on it. It's going to take you 40 months to pay off that flight, and you're going to be throwing away $134 in interest payments to the credit card company. Example number 3 was the cost of a new fridge. The example cost I gave for this one was $999. The minimum payment on this would take you 67 months to pay off, and it would cost you $396 and change in interest. Number 4 was a student loan. A lot of people think they have to have a student loan to get through college, which is a myth, but that's for a whole nother video. In my research, in 2019, the average student loan debt per person that came out of college was $31,172. Also, the average term of the debt was 10 years at an interest rate of 4.53%. Running the numbers on this would show that the total interest paid on this debt would be $7,649. The final example I gave was a new car. I estimated that you might put down a $2,000 down payment on a $31,000 car. If we take an average interest rate of 5% and a 60-month term, that would bring the total interest paid to $4,637. So if we add all of that up, you are going to be paying debt for a minimum of 10 years at the minimum payment just based off of the terms of the highest debt, which was a student loan. The total interest you'll be paying out for all of these debts combined is $13,064.03. That's a lot of money that you just gave away. Wouldn't you rather have $13,000 still in your pocket? If you put that $13,000 plus into an investment account that generated 8% return on investment, and you left it there, added nothing else to it, and just let it sit for 30 years, that would grow into $142,864.85. That's a lot of money for a $13,000 investment. Now, you might say, what if I'm older? What if I maybe don't have 30 years left to invest something? Okay, let's break it down to 20 years. In 20 years, after putting in that same $13,000 investment and doing nothing to it at an 8% return, you would get over $64,000 for that investment. Let's take it one more step. Let's assume 10 years. If you put that same $13,000 investment into an 8% return vehicle, after only 10 years, you would have $28,997. Anyway, about this, there's a lot of money that's being thrown away on debt that instead you put into an investment account could grow so much more over time. If you told me that I could trade $13,000 for $28,000 or $64,000 or $142,000, I'd make that trade any day of the week. So to recap, the idea here is that Instead of going into debt on purchases like this, the best bet is really to just save up for them and consider how much your money could be growing for you instead of you wasting it on interest. I hope this video started getting your wheels turning about why paying off interest on debt is a waste of your money and you're throwing your money away. If you're in debt or you feel like you're trying to make some purchases and you'd like to get some help with that, check out my website linked in the description below. I'd be happy to set up a consultation with you and show you how we can avoid that and instead have your money work for you. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.